Hello and welcome to our adventures of Duncan Egg. Somebody compared our Dunk to Peter Baelish in terms of the ambition to get land and get power. I would just like to throw out a difference between Dunk and Baelish in this circumstance here. Dunk here has been spending his time going around helping people. I mean, yeah, he collected a few taxes, but he's always been fair with it. He's been saving maidens. He's been becoming friends with people, right? That's the way that Dunk is getting power. He's getting power through helping people and being friendly. Baelish got pretty much all of his power through stabbing people in the back. So I feel like there's a difference between the two here. Fundamentally, we're both still trying to get power, but it's via a different means, and really, we only really want to be landed so that we can stop being a lowborn. Now, talking about that, it might happen this episode. This episode might be the final episode. I don't know. And the reason I say this is because if we become landed, it might just break the game, at which point we would have to end. If it doesn't break the game, that's fine. But if it does break the game, we end up in a very odd situation where it's like, we have nowhere to advance, right? Like, our advancement is to become landed. If we don't become landed, what are we doing here? What's our goal? And our goal becomes a little bit vague. And I don't want our goal to be vague, because that leads to series that last for a very long time and we end up doing very little in them. So, yes, our goal is to become landed. To do so, we need to get fame up another 6,031. Which isn't too bad, and we got a rescue a fair subject up here, which we'll definitely do. What other things can I do here? A hunt and a camp revelry. I should travel here and then do the scheme at the same time as the revelry. Let's go. Womb of the Earth. Do I want to be a gardener? Yeah, I guess so. Also, every time we move our camp, I forget. Hey, we also got the gardener trait. Nice. Fantastic. Every time we move our camp, we get... Once it locks us in here. Oh, my daughter knows High Valyrian. We get fame for doing so, which is wonderful, because we need fame, not prestige. I always say the wrong thing here, but fame and prestige are distinctly different things. Prestige gives you fame, but fame is its own stat, or its own resource. So it's all very odd. Anyway, let's do this first. We're going to rescue the fair woman with a 3-2. Oh, we wanted to do these two first, right now? Yeah, that was a change to our way of doing things. Yeah. Okay. And we're at 10-day phases anyway, so that's fine. Right. Let's camp revelry. We'll hold it here. We'll go max foods. Go fireside chat. Let's go. With suspicion. I took Small Leg out playing with a bow, and to my surprise he ran into a wounded doe. He later lashed out at me, thinking I had staged the whole encounter as some kind of test. I'm definitely not going to make him paranoid. Ambitious? He can be ambitious. Then show me that you could have felled that animal yourself. Let's make him ambitious. So, Small Leg is generous, just, arrogant, and ambitious. It's an interesting combo. We can also do a martial drill at the same time. Let's try and get him reckless. It's going to stress us out, but that's okay. I can take some stress. Let's see. Oh, we didn't manage to do it. Okay. Small Egg looks bored after looking at the military tactics on the maps for hours by now. I get up and throw him a sparring sword and shout, "Let's go outside. First direct hit to the body wins." Immediately start fighting. Swing, miss, thrust, dodge, kick, hit. Small Egg tumbles down into a river. He shakes off the water and yells, "I hate you," and tries to rush me. No, don't do it. I get out of the way, making him lose balance. He slips and tumbles down again. So I can make him reckless, but he will dislike me for it, or maybe next time. Wait a second. Oh, I lose opinion of him. Okay, I was thinking for a second there that this had less opinion loss. We can make him reckless, but I'm going to say maybe next time. That's fine. I gained my stress level. I have my dark thoughts. I'm going to be strong and resist the impulses. This person's arrived at our camp, and it says there are lean years here. Yeah, you can join us. That's fine. Malian. He seems pretty good. Oh, by the way, do we have any slots open in our court? No, these guys have been alive for a long time. Right? Like, we've had so many people die in our court, but very little has actually changed in terms of our, well, whatever it's called, camp follower, or officers, yeah. Very little has changed here. I mean, this guy's terrible at his job now, but he is infirm, so, you know, whatever. We'll let him die and then we can replace him. I'm not going to replace him early. That's just mean. Okay. And fireside chat. Another person has come to our court. Bella, also shrewd. I wonder if this event just generates shrewd people. Alright, well, that's fine. Stress levels down, which is good. We're at 5 things here. Let's do it. Execute scheme. Seize the moment. We have rescued her, and we will say, see you later. Hey, got us a little bit more prestige, which got us more fame. We're now 5,700 odd away. Okay. Let's get back to this activity. And test your wits. Come then, Duncan. A riddle, perhaps. I am sometimes yellow and sometimes white. Half of me is dark, the other is light. What am I? Sometimes yellow, sometimes white. Half of me is dark, the other is light. Moon? I don't know. I have no idea what this is. I'm gonna guess what it is, though. It was the moon. Oh, okay. I was right. That's cool. Right. Hey, all my stress disappeared. That's nice. And we got a camp building upgraded. And we got 2 new contracts. And we got martial lifestyle experience. Nice. Oh, and there's a contract here as well. A raised building. That's nice. On top of that, I'm going to go here. I'm going to go into this one. And I'm going to go town crier. Martial duties, definitely. Do I have any artifacts that I don't want? I have a crossbow and a necklace. We could sell those. Yeah. Yeah, I'd definitely get rid of the crossbow. Prize crossbow. Wonderful. So we got 57 for that. I'm going to visit the craftsman. Let's see what we got. What do I need? I think I need an accessory. I don't need any of these accessories. I can tell you that already. Yep. Okay. On second thoughts, we'll have a look at armor. I don't think we need any armor either, do we? Ours is +2. Yeah, they're all +2. But, wait a second, before we do that. What about Egg? How's your armor? Doesn't have any. Well, we could buy Egg some armor. We're gonna buy him the... let's buy him the fine shiny mail. Okay. And weapons? Yeah, none of these are looking that good. They're worse than the maces I make, so that's fine. Let's mingle with the locals. Let's hear a story. Now, I don't need wit experience anymore, so I can either choose... Oh, to get intrigue up. I guess this is what you get instead of the wit experience. You can just get the stat up. Lose stress, or a chance of getting stuff up. Well, you know what? I know this one. Let's increase my intrigue. I've got no stress, so let's start increasing our intrigue slightly. Just ever so slightly. Although actually, that didn't give me any intrigue. All right, well, that's fine. Let's leave, unless it gives it to me at the end. Because I'm sure we're on 5 and we went to 5. Also, our pavilion is now level 4, which is kind of nice. Okay. Means our men-at-arms can... Or means we can get more men-at-arms. But again, I don't know if we actually get to keep these ones, so... It's fine. Collect taxes. Double collect taxes and a raise building. Ooh, very good. Okay. Well, let's raise building first. Actually, before we do that. Egg. There we go. I have a gift for you. I have fine shiny mail. Also, can I give him the other thing I have? Yeah, the prize necklace. Sure. Let's give him the prize necklace as well. Right. So he's now got a little bit more prowess. Let's raise a building. Go 3-2. This one I probably do want to go for ones that are going to... Oh, never mind. I was going to say we probably want to go for ones that give us high points, but actually we might have been okay going with just speed. Yeah. Okay, 21-day phases. That's okay. Right. Now we're going to go to collect taxes over here for Lady Eleanor. Small group travels faster. Okay, John. John is city's master, and he's a chest of silver. Let's go over everything in exhaustive detail. Humphrey, you're a food procurer who has an alcove stuffed with precious articles of faith, apparently. Okay. Well, I'll get Philip to do that one. Okay. Next, we have Thorin. Well-stocked armory with silver. Let's get Philip to do that one. Stefan. Stefan has a hostel with a well-stocked kitchen. Seems like kind of good thing for a hostel to have. Okay, 4 out of 4 evidence. They could pay, they simply don't want to. Well, in which case you shall pay in full then. Wonderful. We'll get our full reward. Okay. Well, with my investigation having been undeniably thorough, neither Master John nor any of his lackeys can dispute his results. Even if those results entirely favour what Lady Eleanor would find convenient enough to throw in a bonus. Whatever they say, Faithfield surely has the wealth to spare, no matter the denials of the magnates. I'm just trying to figure out what this is. So I'd say ignorant louts to arms, or Lady Eleanor will be ecstatic. That would get me a qualified success here. I've already had the exceptional success. No, I'm just going to say she'll be ecstatic. That's fine. Okay. Now I'm going to head up here. Also, how are we looking? We're getting there. We're getting there. Let's go to this one. Small group. We're not getting paid very much for it, but... We're also not traveling there, apparently. Alright, I'll invalidate the contract. It's fine. If it's not going to work, I'll invalidate it. That's fine. I don't want to do either of those, so I'm just going to go with speed 5. Could do a hunt, but it gives less prestige for us. It'll say less, not no prestige, I suppose. Yeah, we could go on a hunt at the same time. We did falconry last time. We could do just a hunt this time. Yeah, we don't want to travel anywhere. That's fine. Our goal is to slay the beast. Let's start the hunt. Soon. Oh, King Valar will surely allow me to hunt, I'll say. Get my prestige off of that. Okay. Mighty boar. Do you want to go for a boar? Probably. Yeah, let's go for a boar. Rumors. The noise of others has faded as my caravan master, Darcia, and I stock up on the boar. Also, why does this look like it's been burned in, this event? Like it's a plasma TV you've left on too long. Anyway, we're almost within striking distance when Darcia whispers, now that we're finally alone, there's something I have to tell you about Gorlas. Talk later. I trust Gorlas. We don't need to do anything with Gorlas. Okay. My maester, Jonas, has dismounted to squat in the grass, carefully examining an iris flower. He appears to have lost all interest in the hunt. Sir, look at all the useful herbs and flowers here. This one soothes aches, this one aids the broken knuckle, this one wards off consumption. Get back on your horse. Been looking for more of these. My physician will have what he needs, or are you practicing witchcraft? You can have what you need, that's fine. Cornering the boar. We will take the perilous option. Okay. Oh, my scheme has enough things. Let's do it. And success! As ever, my band and I are models of efficiency. Construction was swift, the results sturdy and memorable, and though Master Ulmer will need to continue our good work, we've given him everything he needs to do that. Hey, nice. We get some prestige and we get some money. The forest truly is the mantle of the poor, but as the boar flees in panic from foraging peasants, I feel my patience wearing thin. Surely there are better things to do in Chasefield today than picking roots and mushrooms. I'll give them a donation and I'll aid the peasants. That's fine. Okay. After hours of riding, we finally corner the wily beast. Our chase has not been in vain. The exhausted, panicked animal has turned to bay, struggling to stand and squealing in panic. The proud boar squeals terribly, sharpened tusks ready to cleave in twain any who approach, and it is surrounded by sheepish hounds and huntsmen. So I can bring it down, 10% chance I die. Well, I gotta say, not a huge fan. Spears ready, 16% someone dies. Unleash the hounds or stop release the poor thing. Everyone is unhappy at that. Well, I don't really want the chance of anyone dying for this, so I guess stop release the poor thing. I probably shouldn't have gone for a boar, huh? Okay. That's fine. We didn't bring down the beast, but that's okay. We return reinvigorated, apparently. Wait, we gain experience in Kyrgyz, which is Hunter. Okay, that must be the... yeah, that must be a language thing. Because I noticed that we have one in here. We have one in here that we've seen a few times where this is also in another language, so it must just be a similar thing. Whatever caused one causes the other, basically. Last Ahead of Faith for another 100 gold. Right, let's go to this castle. Oh, actually, it's a city. Let's go to a castle. Let's just travel somewhere. Let's go to Dunfort. That's going to be our capital anyway at some point. Maybe. We'll see. Yeah, I get fame for moving my camp, which is lovely. This hired muscle up here. I'll definitely grab that scheme in a second, but let's do the castle. Dunfort Castle. Visit the training grounds. We'll do a training session. More aspiring blade master. I don't need any of the rest of this. Town crier. Give me diplomacy. Not that I necessarily want them. Locals. Ooh, I've reveled in a story too recently. I'll take the stress loss then, and then leave. Okay. What's this? Regale Court. Okay. It might get us some prestige. We haven't really done many diplomacy ones, but we could do that, maybe. Let's do hired muscle first, though, because it'll be nice and quick. So, footpad, lookout, muscle, bodyguard, completely unnecessary. Let's go. Oh, new Lord Commander on the wall. A raven has brought news from Castle Black, my liege. With the recent passing of Lord Commander Eldred, the Sworn Brothers of the Night's Watch have chosen Villardo Forel as their new commander. I was looking at this guy and I was very surprised because I was like, wait a second, we sent somebody up to the wall and he looked very similar, but he was very much dead. But yeah, now it's a Bravosi in charge of the wall. Interesting. Okay. There's a culture diverge. There's now the Snakewood Forest culture, which is a divergent culture of finger veilmen. Okay. Cool. Carrying on. One of my courtiers came of age. He's an intricate web weaver. Nice. Okay. Nurture. They say children react more than anyone else to the places they find themselves. It's fortunate for my daughter Prunella then that she finds herself in the company of the most hardy captains, vicious sellswords, and dogged soldiers I've been able to gather. So I can try and increase her martial. What's she doing? She's doing a diplomacy education. Or I can increase her prowess. Let's increase her martial. Nice. Nice. Let's finish this. Execute scheme. Include contract. Wonderful. We've done what we needed to do here. Right, let's go to the Regale Court contract. It might be good. Right. We should also probably try and get another tournament going at some point. Ooh, what's this? Raid for captives. I'm not going to do it, but I was just like, ooh, new. Okay. It's Regale Court. You get a lot of prestige from this one. Speak of the Iron Throne and the worldly affairs and no reward. All with tales to tell are cordially invited to enjoy the hospitality of the Lord of Rook's Rest. It's not uncommon for settled rulers like Howard to play host to notable travellers like myself. For a few gifts and decent lodgings, mercenaries such as ours provide entertainment, intelligence, and suitable distraction for as many courtiers. Of course, that's if my followers and I can earn our keep with our tales. Let's get on with our task. Okay. Oh, that's good. Oh, 41 from Egg. Okay, never mind. Egg's worth 41 due to his diplomacy and learning. So let's do him first. Then you. Then you. Then we can do these guys. Okay. Yeah. 41 is insane. It's due to his... yeah. Well, learning and diplomacy are only actually 17. And he's stubborn as well, and shy. Okay, so they all, and diligently did it. All lead into that one. Right. What's this one? Hired muscle. Okay. Base building. Fair enough. 4, 5. We want to wait a little bit because we can get 100% here. Bound together. Oh, okay. 2 of my followers wish to marry. The hopeful couple today are Bellard, Hagtree, and Scalera, our friend and person who we raised. Okay, so he's gregarious, generous, and compassionate. That seems perfect. I mean, yeah, I permit the union. I don't see any issue with that whatsoever. Yeah. That seems good to me. Yeah. Don't know if there was somebody who Dunk would approve of more. Let's seize the moment. Howard's courtiers have practically swooned over my party and I these past months. Day after day, night after night, we've filled their heads with fantastical stories and our bellies with rich fare, leaving the good Lord more than satisfied with our performance. Still, all good things must come to an end, and it's best for us to leave on a high note. Nice. Okay. So we're at 4,000 there. Somebody did say that there are some other places we could visit, by the way, for dragon lore. Just in terms of traveling. I'm just going to do this just so I can have a travel screen open. Apparently you can visit Winterfell, which can trigger an exploration event. Yeah, I think that was one. I can't remember what the other one was. Was it maybe the wall? No, I don't think it was the wall. Figure out where else it was. Winterfell's difficult to get to. That's the problem with Winterfell. Might be in Sunspear, but I think we've been there. Yeah. See if there's any other dragon lores that we've missed throughout the... Well, oh, it might be here. There's Red Lake dragon lore here as well. So we could go to Winterfell briefly if we can find a reason to go there. That would be acceptable. Potentially. Yeah. Let me look at where the other place was. Okay, the other place was Dragonstone. We've already been to Dragonstone. So that's fine. So we could try and go to Winterfell at some point to do that suggestion. Do we want to do that now? I'm just looking at our prestige. If we want to do it, we got to kind of do it now and then get back down here quickly. But yeah, it can give us a dragon lore / dragon event, which is definitely intriguing. Have we got one of these that would allow us to go up there? Like a pilgrimage? We can go to Sept of the Snows. That would allow us to go there. The other option is hike, but you can only go to nearby places. Or we just travel directly there. But like, it's a really long way to send your whole camp. I guess a pilgrimage would make sense. We could maybe do one of these and then do a pilgrimage. Yeah, let's do hired muscle and then we'll do a very, very quick pilgrimage. Yeah, let's move our camp here. Right. And we're really doing the pilgrimage to go and find information about dragons. That's our main purpose for this. Although, actually, I want to do this passage of arms scheme instead. So I'm going to do that. Almost home. I've granted a cadre of Duskendale notables an impromptu audience on the road, a few moments to pay their respects. I find myself distracted by John, my young followers acting as a translator for some companions, switching between languages and manners with nuance and ease, fostering a lively exchange. From what I gather, the boy is growing into something of a natural emissary. Okay. Well, let's say come regale us in High Valyrian. Okay. Let's do a passage of arms. I actually went for 4-1, which is not what I meant to do, but that's okay. The top one on all the other ones is a 3-2. That's okay. We'll do this then. Complete waste, because I could have had another one giving us speed. In fact, look at this. I could have had another 2 giving us speed. That's fine. because I'm going to travel on a pilgrimage. It's going to be a worldly pilgrimage, with the main purpose of it being that I want to go to... Also, I'm going to take the sea, so I don't get the events that kill you when you... No, I want you to go via Blackwater Bay. Yeah, I don't want to get the events that kill you when you travel through that area, because that would be very annoying. Right, so on the way back, I'm actually going to travel to White Harbour, to Newcastle, to this one, to Wolfsten. Then I'm going to go north to Winterfell. And then I'm going to go back south to here. There we go. Right. So we can do a dragon event. Because I said I would try and do some dragon stuff if we could. So it's fine. Let's just go for an appropriate pilgrimage. The goal is reflection. Sure. Reflections. A calm clearing. Here in the quietness of the faith-field roadside, I feel an overwhelming sense of peace and tranquility wash over me. Just beyond a small ridge, I see a clearing off to the side of the path where neither man nor beast seems to have entered in decades. I can feel the Father's presence here. Perhaps I ought to linger here in quiet contemplation for a while. Think of this as like our last big trip before we settle down. That's what we're doing here. Say it's the Father's will. Get 10 days to wait there. Wandering perk. Ooh. I can grab local hero, diplomacy per level of fame. Yeah, okay. Let's grab it. It's good to me. So our diplomacy is now up a little bit. Out here late at night, I sometimes look to the stars and wonder, what's our purpose in life? Can a 7 who are 1 even see me this far from home? What am I doing all this for? Sacred duty. What I truly want is to enjoy and experience the other cultures, or I do no more than is required of my position. Let's say what I truly want is to enjoy and experience other cultures. Sea legs. Walking around the ship on our journey to the Sept of the Snows, I spot a fellow pilgrim, who's Beric, who does not seem to be doing very well. Clearly his sea legs were never instilled. He whimpers softly, squatting by the railing, and holds on for dear life with a face that shifts in pale nuances. I can only sympathize with them. Why do we put ourselves through these, sometimes life-threatening perils? Trials and tribulations are par for the course. Divine Flame. The sea storm catches us completely off guard as the lightning-riven sky starts pelting us with rain, and with a sudden thunderous flash, the mastheads burst forth with blue flame engulfing the vessel in an ethereal light. "This is a sign," my panicked Captain Jonah cries, clutching the rigging for dear life and barely audible above the thrashing sails. "We must turn back before it is too late." And say the judge guides us, so turn back, you fools. So I can have a 3-month delay or a 5-day one here, or a random 50% chance a random pilgrim will die. I'll say turn back. We'll do what we were suggested to do here. And we'll chill for 3 months, I guess. Oh, we're traveling again. Washed up. Right before dusk falls, we hear the cries for help and look over the railing out over the vast body of water. I notice a small boat with 3 human-like shapes. That'd be Lysonora, Tesario, and Torio. Oh, why is this one red? Is it sinful to disciples, to his faith, to be a pilgrim? It's sinful to be a pilgrim? Huh. Anyway, they appear to be drifting across the sea, aimlessly going where the waves take them. I try to make out who they might be. From my limited knowledge, they look to be shipwrecked. Lyseni? Whatever could they be doing out here? As they travel or climb aboard, have you heard about the grace of the Father? They'll join us and be recruited, or let's just go. I'm going to say climb aboard. I'm not going to recruit them. That's not the purpose of this trip. Weather phenomena. Traversing the sea towards our destination in the Sept of the Snows, I am in constant awe of its vastness and dangerous whims. Also, that is a wild outfit she's wearing. Is it related to like her... No, I was going to say it's related to her house or something. No, it's just a wild outfit. It must... Oh, you know what? It's probably Valyrian. That's it. Because she's crowned High Valyrian. Yeah. Having just ridden out a storm the previous night, this morning we're greeted by a magnificent rainbow stretching from horizon to horizon. Over here, some of the other pilgrims also contemplating the grandness of it all, calling the sight divine and a sign from the Father. Go. Actually, it's not. It's fascinating how nature and the divine work together, or it is pretty impressive. I'm going to say it's fascinating. Okay. We have now arrived. I've walked the holy path, and I am now a pilgrim. Wonderful. Okay. Reached the northern bastion of the faith. Well, a skillful courtier. There's only so much time a man can pray without looking for other equally important ways to spend one's time. And Lord Wendell has a lovely residence that he so kindly allows me to visit. I hear a voice coming from one of the rooms. In doing this, you'd achieve the greatest technique. I peek inside and see Malion, explaining his craft to a group of interested courtiers who eagerly follow his teachings. And say, such an expert feels wasted in a court like this. One accomplished master, maybe I should hire him, or a person is not enough to risk the fury of Lord Wendell. Exactly. Okay. Here, scheme's done. Pilgrim's Guide. You'd like to sell me a guide. Okay. Yeah. You know what? Sure. I'll buy it. Can I use it? What, it is a journal? I see. Not really, but you know what I could do? I could gift it to Egg. As we should do. I am going to gift him the Pilgrim's Guide. Nice. Okay. Also, I can get a diplomacy perk. Let's grab Flexible Negotiator. And we can complete our scheme. Wonderful. We have a long path ahead of us. We have completed the scheme. Good. Where are we at? We are about 3,000 away. Oh, I should reopen this so we can see the things popping up at the top. The Calling. As I enter the sacred grounds, I find Bellard staring at the altar with an absent expression. This is Bellard, who's married to Scalera. Okay. Sir, I have something to tell you. The Father has spoken to me and his voice is clear, severe, precise. If I could stay behind, I would like to devote my life to the faith of the Seventh Faith and become a holy brother. Absolutely not. You're married to Scalera. Yeah. I'm going to say drop that nonsense immediately. Yeah. You can hold a grudge, but that's fine. As our time at the sacred site draws to an end, I am content in knowing that our long and distinguished journey has satisfied the worldly aspect of the faith of the Andals, by extension myself. This being my first pilgrimage, while no pilgrimage is exactly alike, I feel confident that I am more familiar with what to expect from this type of spiritual journey in the future. Okay, cool, we get some bonuses, and White Harbour has been a pleasure. Rival's End? In the dead of night, near a camp near Brooker's Brook, I step out quietly. What was that sound? That's when I see it. My follower Jane silently wades towards my wife Prunella, asleep on the marshy ground. Jane suffocates Prunella with mud, leaving her motionless in the swampy terrain. I'm sorry, Jonah. Your wife has to go. Jane quickly scans the area, unaware I've seen everything. Yeah. 100%. Guards? Finally, I've uncovered the truth. The cold-blooded swine behind my ally Prunella's, or my wife Prunella's early demise was none other than my follower Jane. That is not on. I'm afraid that you are going to have to be executed for this. It's not going to make him very happy, but like, yeah, you have to be executed. He still likes me. He's like, I know you executed my wife, but actually, have you considered that you're a humble person and a gardener? Okay, well, we're now wifeless. That's unexpected. Yep, she was murdered. I've already avenged her. We've been to Winterfell and we got no event. The Holy Tree. I'm told nature is venerated here in Colbrand as an extension of the will of the old gods. We watch as the locals adorn an old tree in fine materials and jewellery, as if they were courting it. Many of my entourage are satisfied to watch from a distance, but I feel compelled to do something more. I'm going to join in. I'm not going to become a wise man, that's not our thing. Danger. Feeble mounts. We knew that travelling through the Wolf's Branch steppes wouldn't be easy. We marched until night without stop, arriving at our next destination so late we don't even dine. Our horses neigh, refusing to leave the water whenever we find a stream. A local merchant comes to us soon after hearing our complaints, pointing to a wooden barn behind him filled with local horses. They have the best mount you'll ever find, sturdy and durable. Okay. Yeah, give me your best stallions. Familiar trees. Haven't we seen that massive tree before? I swear we're going in circles. My caravan master, Egg, shouts. Egg's not my caravan master. My caravan master's Darcia. Perhaps he is right. We've seen no sign of getting out of this forest in hours. Are we even in Lord's sight? The dense tree cover makes it impossible to tell the time of day or even the direction we're headed. At this rate, we'll never make it to Stokesworth. But actually, I know exactly where we are. Okay, we travel enough that we're good at traveling. Purse pursuit. This person stole my money. I'm going to say give it back and we can leave it at that. Okay. And I think we made it back. The return. We've returned home. Nice. Okay. There's a grand tournament. Master Bortios would mean it's over there, right? Oh, it's in Bravos. I have to leave within 11 days. I won't arrive in time. I'd love to do it. I won't arrive in time. It's just not going to happen. Okay. Let's do rescue a fair subject down here. Right. Travel. Start rescuing. Okay. Balanced approach. Go with Gorlas. We'll go with Durlin. Go with Jonah. Jane. And John. Right. And at the same time, we can collect taxes up there. Small group. Let's go. Cool. So, Darissa. She is the city's mistress, and she has a well-stocked kitchen. Let's go through our financial records. Joran is a pub owner, and he has a storeroom filled with luxuries. Philip, he is succeeded. Dorant runs the jail and has silver. We're going to go for financial records. And Estian, he runs a stall in the market, and it's an alcove stuffed with articles of faith. Go over everything in exhaustive detail. 4 out of 4. They genuinely lack the coin to pay. You shall pay half. Which gives me 450 as well. A fair conclusion. Right. And she took it well. We are now 1.4 thousand away. Okay. Let's go speed 5. My spot. We've had this one a few times, but because we have fixed layout, we can simply say we have rules for a reason, Philip. And everyone likes me because I follow the rules. Oh, also, I didn't realize that Torio had joined us, but he has. Okay. I thought they joined us for the trip, but not for everything. I'll do Camp Revelry in a second. There we go. Oh! Beric died. Of old age? Yeah, of old age. It was happening. Okay, we've rescued another innocent. It is now time for us to replace our Master Bard. Serena apparently would be excellent at it, because she's a poet. Okay, well, Serena, you shall be my Master Bard. And then I'm going to head to this province up here. And we're going to start doing hired muscle. 3-2. I think 3-2 is basically the best we're going to get, but probably 1-4 would get us the exact same result at this point. Or actually, it wouldn't quite get us the same result, but yeah. We're pretty much there. And then we're going to hold a Camp Revelry. Let's do it. Let's go max food. And we do fireside chat. Let's go. Oh, I want to have that open. Let's do this. Conversation in the hand. That's why conquering fears is the most important thing in life, my Captain Durland finishes. Although I'm intrigued, I hear Alice's monologue about how we need to follow local laws and rules unlike savages. I'm going to speak to Durland. Hey, we became friends. That's nice. Okay. A wandering merchant. Ooh. Only the finest wares. I saw and heard your revelries from afar, and, of course, had to divert to offer you fine people the chance of procuring them. So do I have any regalia? I don't think I do, right? I don't. Oh, in which case I will definitely buy Danelle's regalia. It's not very good, but I'll buy it. Okay. We can now equip that there. Wonderful. And continue our camp revelry. Egg is no longer our second because he joined Lord Darren's court. Oh, so that means that Maekar just died? Yes, Maekar just died. Okay, so Maekar died, Darren became landed, therefore his brother went to his court. Now, could we invite him back? He would not accept. Oh, Egg just left. He just straight up left. Because he's his liege's captain and he's his liege's relative. Oh, so we're best friends, but he's gone home. Oh, so it's just the adventures of Dunk right now, which it actually fits quite well because it's kind of the point where we would want to be settling down. So it makes sense that he would leave us at that point. We had our last big trip. I think that our second is going to be Jonah. Jonah's been basically the main person in all of these, all of these schemes that we've been doing. So, yeah, I think Jonah. Or it could have been Gorlas, but Gorlas is already our sworn shield, so he couldn't do it, basically. Right. Let's do this one. Execute. Conclude our contract. Hired muscle scheme is done. Wonderful. We got more money. We got more prestige. Where are we at? We are less than 1,000 away. Okay, well, let's visit the... Actually, let's just go to the next hired muscle one, right? Oh, I'm still doing the camp revelry. Oops. I don't want to get shrewd. I'm going to chop some wood. I forgot we were still doing camp revelry. I might have broke it slightly by leaving. I gained fame for traveling. Yeah, it's a little broken. That's my bad. My bad. It was a wonderful revelry, which is now done. Yeah, it really shouldn't let you travel while you're doing the revelry, but okay. We'll grab soldiers of lesser fortune. We can recruit men-at-arms for cheap, but I don't know whether I get to keep them, so I feel like it's not incentivized for me to actually do that. Oh, I didn't realize I was unpaused. Seems our time in Crownback has proven beneficial to my daughter Prunella. Something about the local culture simply fascinates her, so much so that in our brief time here she's managed to pick up passable High Valyrian. An achievement the lass is trumpeting to the high heavens by speaking around camp constantly, even dropping little words and phrases into conversations with her lessers. Smug behaviour to be sure, but perhaps with a good cause. Well done, her. Alright. Let's travel to accept this hired muscle scheme. Go Gorlas, Thurlin, Jonah, Jane, and John. And then we can hunt criminals as well at the same time. Small group for that one. Ooh, who are you? Lord Durham, but you've got a wild outfit. Okay, but that's because he's crowned High Valyrian, so it's another Valyrian outfit. Band of malcontents has been harassing my private estates. They burn, kill, and steal with near impunity, slipping away before my retainers can clap them in the irons they so richly deserve. Their leader is one Jane the Chaste. Bring me her head before she can slip away for good, and you'll have your payment. Let's go. I'd expected something more, if I'm honest. Clearly, good Lord's budget is suffering. So shall we? Have at thee, Scallion. Yeah, the prowess difference is absurd. Okay. After a few brief moments, Jane and I pace in lazy half circles, each watching for an opening. I heft my Riverlander sword ready to defend myself while she clutches her mace firmly to hand. Only one of us is walking away from here today, and I intend it to be me. Strike, parry, riposte. Okay, my form is good, hers is failing. Let's say, is that the best you've got? You can't even hit me. My form is excellent, hers is a disaster. Strike, parry, riposte. We have won. Okay, we got more aspiring Blade Master experience and some foot experience here, which actually puts us to level 2, so we got even more martial and prowess. A job well done. We've completed it already. We've arrived back here. We could do a hunt, but we'll leave it a second or two. Education at an end. My ward, Small Egg, has come of age. It's time he left my care. He's astute intellectual, skilled fighter, and a rough terrain expert. An avid learner, he's become quite a purveyor of knowledge and has proven himself fully capable of studying capable of structuring advanced theoretical and theological arguments. That's where I was going with that one. Also, Gawain came of age at the same time. Okay. And John came of age. Nice. Okay. Let's go for this. Execute scheme. Seize the moment. Right. And we have now done the hired muscle scheme. Okay. Where am I here? I am like less than 200 away. Okay, let's go into the castle holding. Go in here. I'm going to do some training. I'm going to train with Jane. It was inefficient. Oh well, it's worth a try. I don't want to do the arguing one because we know where that leads. Let's go to the tavern. I've done the story too recently. Wow. Okay, never mind. Who's the hooded figure? It's a criminal. Okay, that's fine. We'll leave. I want to go to the town crier and do righteousness. Hey, we got protect the innocent scheme right here. Okay, let's do it. We're gonna do a 3-2. Let's go Derlin, Borlas, Jonah, Jane, and John. Wonderful. That's a scheme. That's a scheme. Okay, let's go. Follower gain nickname. Scalera is now known as Scalera the Compassionate. That's nice. 5. Execute scheme. Seize the moment. A long path ahead of us. So we've now done that one. Okay. Oh, I'm at the wrong one there. I am now still about the same away from where we were. We didn't get like the level of success we needed for it to go up there. Could do a hunt if we wanted to. We could go up here and then do a hunt at the same time. Let's travel to that one. I gained my 300 fame. All I had to do was travel. Okay, never mind. I'm done. Okay, so we're legendary. Let me just confirm. No, he's legendary as well. Ah, damn. Okay. Well, the problem here is that we take Faith the Seven. You know what? I could get a highborn. If I could get a highborn Crownlander spouse, we would actually fulfill the requirements. Wait a second, my wife died. Could I get a Crownlander spouse? Do I have one in my court? Court, I'm looking for Crownlanders who are unmarried. A little young. That's 16 years out from being what we need to do there. Brunella's about to come of age, actually. Interesting. Okay. Well, I could make some requests. See whether anyone has anyone who we could marry. Let's go to Lady Melwis first. Just see. Do you have anybody? You have 2 marriageable, unimportant women. Let's have a look. Reset. All. Oh, I need to do this. There we go. Yep, nope. Not interested in any of them. That's fine. Howard. 0. Well, we can skip Howard then. 0. Onford. 2. Okay. Ooh, okay. It says 5 years for Edane Hollard. Would you accept that marriage? No. You as lowborn is minus 400. That's the problem, is that the lowborn one is such a penalty. Yeah, so we'd be very unlikely to be able to do that. Unless we could elope with somebody. We did have in here... There's something about eloping in here, wasn't there? Sure we saw something, but it might have been somewhere else. Oh, run away with me. Enables elope scheme on non-lovers. Yeah, okay. So I need to get my diplomacy up to the next level, which will happen in 7 months. Okay, in which case, let's just protect the innocent then. And then we can get diplomacy up. We can elope with somebody so that we can take the land. Okay, I did it in the wrong order here, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world, because it's still 10 days per phase. Right. Let's go. Or... Prunella comes of age. Ah, she's an adequate bargainer. What a terrible one here, but that's okay. Explorers from across the narrow sea. My evening has been consumed by an aged explorer, Lewis, wishing to tell me of the exotic stories of their exploits and adventures in Essos. Despite his age, Lewis's eyes remain sharp as he tells me of a land of cunning, hairy men who live on mountainous islands in the grasp of shivering waters. Their snow-covered home gives them much in the way of gold and iron, yet their heart is at sea. They settle and trade in every port, seeking boons for their missing king. Though the hour grows late, Lewis seems more than willing to carry on if I wish. So we get maritime mysteries. You cannot possibly be telling me the truth. Well, obviously you can't be telling us the truth. It's not snow-covered over there. Or I lose stress, but you know what? Give me the mysteries. At the edge of camp. My path back from the wagon is buried under instruments takes me close to the camp's edge, where the shouts and screams of children at play draw my attention. My daughter Ray is leading several others in defending the upper branches of a tree against several children trying to climb up from below. When the groundlings start to get a foothold, the airborne youths pelt them with branches, leaves, and gobbets of sap. After a moment, Ray catches sight of me. The girl beams in my direction, clearly hovering between taking her playmates back towards camp or pushing out a little further into the wilds. I'm going to say go on, explore. Okay. Protect the innocent. Let's do it. Success. We have done that there. Okay. How far away am I now? 6 months. That was only a month that took us. Okay. Well, actually, I just realized the culture here, is that being converted as well? I think that's been converted. We're actually, wait a second, they're converting the culture. Oh no. We're losing Crownlander land. Okay. Let's travel down here. To belong somewhere. Ever since their chance encounter in Yellow Stars, my daughter Prunella and Oliver have been utterly inseparable. The Lord's son is utterly drunk with infatuation, a charming courtship to behold. We must venture but we must venture further, and they will soon be separated. Oh, Father, I feel I may never meet another man like him again. Do you think one day we might settle and spread roots of our own? I see the anguish painted on her face and cannot help but wonder if her place is truly with me any longer. So Oliver could marry Prunella. Now that's our player heir, which is not great for us because that means that we would have no heir for our land. But that is acceptable, I suppose. You know what? That's fine. You can marry Oliver. It's a good marriage. Yeah. It is a solid marriage. My good son. Relatives by marriage. What? I didn't realize good son was anything, but okay. It's fine. I think I'm going to chill here for another bunch of months. Yeah, for 6 months. So we're going to stay here till winter. We had a family feast. And I learned of Darcia's love interest. Okay. Grand tournament in somewhere. Oh, down in Tyrosh. Do I want to go? 54 days. I could go to the Grand Tournament in Tyrosh, I suppose. I suppose there's always a chance we can marry somebody in Tyrosh. Probably not a Crownlander, though. That's the problem. Right. Let's head down here. Tournament arrival. What are we doing? Duel. Let's go to the tourney grounds, and I will get experience in Falconer. The other thing that could happen, by the way, is at some point King Valar would die, at which point we're kind of good as well, but anyway. Let's go to the village. Back alley. The locals at Bleeding Bay seem equally interested in the tournament as the nobles attending it. Some have improvised temporary shops on the ground floor of their houses, and the bowls of stew smell delicious. Above the revelry and the chatter, I hear some more violent noises coming from one of the alleys. As I approach, I observe what must be a peasant brawl, but one of them is more skilled than the rest. Polaro. Okay. And say, hey you, you're my knight now. Those are some impressive moves. Let me study them. Or what are you looking at? I'm going to say you're my knight now. I've recruited Polaro. Okay. Tourney grounds in 15 days. We can do that. Find favor. These two people have offered me favors of a lady. I'm going to take Cassian's favor of a lady because she brought it to us first. A declaration of love. I'm walking the gardens with some of the lords at court when I notice Cassian de Terrace, a noblewoman from the Quainus family, approaching. I step aside to let her pass, but to my great surprise, she blocks my path and kneels before me. Before I have time to properly process this turn of events, Cassian begins to sing. To my great dismay, the woman before me cannot carry a tune to save her life. It takes a while before I'm able to identify the song. It's a famous Crownlander love ballad. She's altered the lyrics to include my name and mentions of my physical appearance, ruining the rhythm even further. And say, you flatter me. Abandon this foolish endeavor immediately. Say, you flatter me, my lady. Okay. It's fine. We've qualified for a duel. The inclusion of Alano of Teen, a skilled Tyroshi captain of obscure origins, caused quite a stir, apparently. Okay. I'm ready. I'm not going to cheat. I am going to win, though. Quarterfinals are over. Wait a second. I didn't participate. Wait a second, I didn't get to participate. Never mind, I'm not going to win because I didn't take part. But wait, we got the winning duel thing? Wait, I won? I didn't qualify? I think? Yeah, I think I didn't qualify. Tournaments are perfect. They always work exactly as they should. Yeah, I'm going to increase my score. Let's go. We go artisans after this. Diplomacy perk. Nice. Run away with me is what we wanted here. Right. Artisans quarters. On the blade. Somebody said that there's one of these that's a longer one. Or it might just be a random chance of it being like longer than the duration of the tournament. You know what, for my blade? I can inscribe another prayer on it. Yeah, further increase the piety per month on the blade. Okay, tourney grounds in 10 days. A new hire. Squires joke and laugh as they polish helms and mail. One of them snorts so hard it sounds like a pig, and the rest soon imitate him. Their captains loiter nearby. Among these I spot Mayana, Magister Moello's counsellor. Her deeds have not gone unnoticed, and the work she's done for her liege's household is more than impressive. I could convince her to join my own council. I'm not going to do that. Okay. Well, we're about to be part of the wrestling competition. I'm ready. I will face Magister Gorlas. Apparently I'm actually getting to compete this time. Okay. I'm ready. Hobbled combatant. I'm going to say I have you now. And I've defeated him there. Let's do liver is vulnerable. And I won the... yeah. Oh, wait, actually I got a score decreased there. Never mind. It was still popping up previous ones. I've caught Gorlas off guard, and I have won. Wonderful. Who am I against now? I'm against Tommen Costain. These are some really good people in this tournament, like in terms of... I was going to say in terms of prowess, but actually, never mind. We're against the only person who's actually good remaining. Butting in. Tommen lands on me hard as his grapple sends me toppling to the ground. Immediately we both begin struggling for a better position. I attempt to flip him off me, he trying to capitalise on the opening. Tommen tucks one of my arms under his knee and begins working to end the fight entirely. Desperately, my free hand grasps for something, anything to use. Half blinded by the dirt, I can feel air and the rough, coarse fabric of wrestling clothing, and then suddenly a buttock cleave. If I don't, or cleft, if I don't do something soon, this bout is as good as lost. As my thumb unfurls from its fist. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I will lose with honor if I must. Liver looks vulnerable, and I believe we have now defeated him. We should win these, because it's very, very much based off prowess and martial. So, yeah. Okay. We're now through to the final. I'm against Captain Costas Quarrel, who is not as good as us. I can do this. Befuddling blows. Let's make this quick. And Liver looks vulnerable. And we've won. Fantastic. Okay. We've won the wrestling. Victory. And we actually get credit in it as well, which doesn't always happen. We get even more prestige that I no longer need. I'm an accomplished grappler, which is nice. We get a huge amount of prestige, I think, because it's a bigger tournament, right? And I get money. The grappler stuff's good. And I'll get a prize at the end. Okay. Tourney grounds? I'm not going to drink with them. We'll go artisans after this. We have money, so we might as well. Nope, no events in the artisans' quarters anymore. Let's go back to the tourney grounds. Almost there. Let's take the score increase. Nice. Okay. And then we're just going forward to archery. Time to show the world my skill. Doesn't think I've got as much chance of victory here. I think I do. We're not going to cheat by making noise. I've accidentally shot somebody. I've accidentally shot Magister Gorless. Oh, my knight qualified for this one as well. That's cool. Let's say I'm one with my bow. And we got a great score increase. And we won. Okay. We win archery a fair amount. I won. Polaro got me some prestige because he qualified. Alright, that's cool. Nice. We're going to get a prize and we get Merry Aim for 5 years. Tourney grounds. Be a man. Standing before me, looking around furtively to see if anyone else has noticed, is none other than a woman dressed as a captain no like. Planning to compete as a captain even. Ooh. And a dwarf. Okay. You know what? I'm going to recruit her. That's fine. Let's do it. And we'll go to the temple after this. Okay, temple. I will ask the warrior for victory. You stand with us contract. Okay. Back in here. Tourney grounds. Yup. Show you all how it's done. Increase my score for the board game contest, which we will probably win, and we don't have time to visit anywhere else, so I'm ready. I don't think anyone else will have qualified for my group. I'm facing Magister Balabar. Okay, I'm better than him. Somebody tried to sabotage someone else, and that has made them disqualified, so it's probably all going to break. We've beaten this person, but we're going to go back a few moves because I don't want to auto-disqualify them because it means that the contest, well, often the contest just failed to progress. We have defeated him. Let's see if the semi-final works. Okay, victory. Hey, Duncan versus, and we have Gaharo, who seems pretty good. We have Randor, who is not so good, and Gadros, who is not so good. Okay, so of course I'm against the person I said is pretty good. The silence is deafening. Magister Gaharo has been contemplating his next move for what seems like an aeon, eyes gazing intently at the Savas board beneath knitted brows. Clearly the man wants to win. Once the idea of distracting him pops into my head, it's hard to dispel. Cheap tricks are beneath me. We use our knowledge of warfare, and we will win. Nice. We're going to win 3 out of 4 of these things, and we're only not going to win the 4th because we weren't allowed to compete. Gadros is through to the final. I think we're going to beat Gadros. I can do it. Gazing quietly at the Savas board as Gadros considers his next move, I suddenly spot it. Distracted by my idle strategizing, I've overlooked an opening which will give me a clear advantage as long as my opponent has not anticipated it. I'm conscious not to make any outward sign of recognition lest I draw attention, scanning Gadros' eyes for awareness or deception of a trap. I'm going to say my current strategy is sound. I'm not going to risk everything, because I think I'm better than him. So yeah, we'll just win. Which we have now done. Again. So, victory. I won, I get prestige, I get money, I get Grand Master, and I get another prize at the end of this tournament. So, I got bow experience, so we're further on that. I got fruit experience, so we're finished with that, so we're prowess per level of stress, plus 2 more captains, plus my size of men-at-armed regiments can go up. And I got wit experience, which doesn't matter, but I also am now the owner of a prize necklace, a prize ring, and a prize scepter, all of which are garbage. I might send the necklace and ring and the scepter all over to Egg, because I think he has enough space for those. Nice. Right. Yeah, I guess I'll just send them all to Egg now, right? I'm going to gift you, not the dragon's egg, prize necklace. I'm going to gift you the prize ring. And I'm going to gift you the prize scepter. Okay, am I not using the dragon's egg anymore? Oh, with the favor of a lady replaced it. Okay, I see. Dragon's egg. That's fine. I'm just going to destroy it to get it out of my, out of the list, basically. Okay. It's not equipped the regalia yet. Oh, it's not regalia. Oh, I just realized it looks like regalia, but actually it's a trinket. Oh, okay then. That's fine. Yeah. It's fine. We've made our way back. And now, it is time to find somebody to elope with. No! It's become High Crown Valyrian. Okay, so Crown Lander over here. Okay. Okay, that's fine. This has become Crown High Valyrian. So what I'm looking for is, if I search all, within diplomatic range, so inside, looking for unmarried Crown Landers who are adults, who are women. Okay, so we're lowering it right now. Who are not landed, if I can find not landed, not a ruler, but are not lowborn. So there's 50. Okay. Then let's say that I also want them to be... Can I do age? No, I guess I could do age like this. Oh, sorry. Age like this. And then we can find somebody to marry. I don't know. Let's look for traits that match ours. Like, we got patient, brave. Maybe greedy is not the right one for us. Jenna Stokeworth. The sibling of Eleanor, who we spent so much time around? Maybe. Wait a second. Why can we not invite her to court? So that. Why can we not elope with her? What would I have to do to elope? So it says we can now elope with people who are not our lover. Right? That's what that said. Enables the use of elope scheme on non-lovers. Moves to the scheme target moves to the scheme owner's court to marry them. Only lovers can elope. Well, apparently not. Apparently not only lovers can elope. Apparently anyone can elope. But how do I do it? How do I do an elope scheme? It's not very clear. Let me try somebody else. Let me try somebody who's at a court. Oh, there we go. Elope. It's too far away. Okay, that's fine. So I just can't elope with her because she's not in a court right now. I can't invite her to court because you are not my player, heir, soulmate, best friend, or spouse. Okay. You would be interesting. I don't know if you're the right answer here, though. Let's see if we got anyone else who looks good. So you're widowed, so you can't marry. See if anyone else has like a good set of things. You know what? I think Alice Crower would be okay. Elope. I'm too far away. Okay, well, where is Alice Crower? Where are you? We're in long grass over here. That is a little bit far away. Okay. Well, I'm going to travel. Sickness in the herd. Well, malady has gotten to our camp's pack animals. I'll say surely we can treat them. We're able to treat them. Wonderful. That's good. Pinkish hues. Early evening is time of intense activity for the camp. People and supplies toss this way and that as our portable home is set down once more. Habitually, it's also when I take a walk to clear my head and escape the noise for some time. A beautiful sight, perhaps even one worth sharing, and say little things. You can get closer to a friendship with Ray, or Serena, or a nice moment. Let's say, Ray, climb up here. Yeah, so we get closer to a friendship with our daughter. Right. That's fine. Prince Agrio would like us to join him in a war for Pentos, but yes, no. Instead of that, I am instead going to try and elope with Alice. I would like her to elope. She's going to say no, it says. Why not? Patrilineal marriage has a weak... Lord Humphrey has a weak hook on Alice Crowler, will inherit a title. Okay, so... It's minus 120 due to patrilineal marriage. Level of splendor of the dynasty. It's wary of consequences. So is patrilineal marriage for all marriages that you're unhappy with? Here, is that... okay. So I'm going to have to find other people. Maybe I just got to go one by one. How about Casella? She's sterile. She would say yes. Okay. So she is sterile, so we're not going to have any more children. But that's acceptable. Well, the only problem is, right, we would need to be able to designate our heir. I think we could probably designate our heir if we could, if we become landed and we get a title and we get a noble title, we could probably designate an heir. Yeah, I mean, either way, I have to designate an heir. But I guess what I'm thinking is if I don't have an heir, if I'm not able to designate, I would have to have another male heir. But she would be fine. What about other people? Alana Miller? Camp is too far away. Basically, you're looking for somebody who's unimportant enough to want to marry. Well, let's have a look and see what her option or things are, actually. Patrilineal is only minus 100 here. Might inherit a title. These are probably linked, right? Yeah. Okay. He becomes my nemesis if I do this. No, I'm going to marry her. I'm going to elope. So has that created a scheme yet? It has. Okay. How long is it going to take? 62 days? Let's find if we get find out if we get married. I'm ill. Do no more than is necessary to treat me. That's fine. Elope, protected by shadows. The final preparations are in place. The escape route has been charted, the guards bribed, and Casella is ready. Tonight, as darkness falls over Weeping Ridge, I shall set my spring blossom free and make her my wife. Alright, I'm going to say, I'm coming for you, Casella. Love endures. As we wait, I cannot help but wonder where Casella is now. Did she make it out okay? Will there be pursuers? I spot a torch ahead, moving in our direction, and gesture to my guards to hide. The light moves closer, and we can make out two silhouettes. One is carrying a sword, that much is clear. The other, it must be her. I run to meet my beloved, and she throws herself into my open arms. The embrace is swift, but sweet as honey. With her hand in mine, I begin to run. Okay, I'm now married to a highborn. So now we want to go all the way back over to Darkwood's Mull. I'm not going to have the supplies. I need to get some supplies here. I'll use my snares to get some, and I'm going to visit the castle. Very quickly buy some supplies. Thank you. Then I'm going to travel back over here. Let's go. Okay. So, I am able to do the decision now. Let me just go through the things. Highborn Crownlander spouse. Highborn Crownlander spouse. Faith of the Seven. Faith of the Seven. Friend of King Valar. Yes. I'm a friend of King Valar. So we're good to go. Right. We're going to make a save. If this doesn't work, I have no idea. Right? I have absolutely no idea what we need if this doesn't work. But let's try it. Champion. King Valar is no stranger to me, he will listen. You will get the High Lordship of Duskendale and its vassals, the Lordship of Duskendale, the Lordship of Darkwood Mull, Lordship of Crownback, Lordship of Bluntmark, Lordship of Shadowshield, Lordship of Yellowstars, Lordship of Spinney, become a vassal of King Valar, adopt the feudal paramountcy government, get the veteran adventurer trait, all camp buildings will be demolished and a portion of their costs will come back to us, which is fantastic because we didn't pay for most of them. Duncan's camp is destroyed, I get pressed claim on the kingdom of the Dusk Washes, and every patron with a positive opinion of me gets 30 opinion of me. King Valar is no stranger to me. He will listen to the Crownlander's plight. My camp was liquidated. I only got 290. Lost nickname? I'm no longer known as the Tall? Oh, because that became my last name. Oh, that's neat. That's cool. Okay, I like that. So we are now Lord Duncan Tall. That's cool. And my children got properly converted. And I cannot designate heir because I do not have absolute crown authority. There is no way of me ever getting to... Well, maybe let's do this. Let's go limited crown authority. You've recently changed it. So you only change it every 20 years. Yeah, we're going to need to do something about that. I don't know how we're going to get an heir that isn't Prunella. And the problem with Prunella is that, like, she's married... Yeah, she's married like that. So I need to get an heir somehow. Now, it's... Oh, never mind. She's barren. Not just sterile. Usually this is only a minus 50% fertility. In this one it's a minus 1,000. Huh. Okay, so if we want to carry on, we're definitely going to have to get a male heir from somewhere. That's yeah, that's going to be difficult. Yeah, that is definitely going to be difficult. Okay. Vigilance over love. We could come up with a better motto. Can I change my motto? I can change my motto. So, suggestions for mottos, definitely. But, we are now landed. We got Duskendale, which is what we wanted in the first place when we started this thing. The culture is Crown High Valyrian. We could potentially convert to Crown High Valyrian if we wanted to, which would be really funny after basically going, no, you gotta give me the land. It's Crownlander land. And then just go, actually... Could I be, you know, could I just switch to this one? But we could do that. I was also just thinking, the ultimate one is we just divorce our wife. But there's not really any reason to do so. But we could. We could. But yeah, there's no reason to do that. We have empty council positions. Yeah. Okay. I think what we're going to do now is we're going to end the episode. And then next time... we're going to come back and figure some stuff out. But we need a motto. We need to figure out how we're sorting our heir situation. I mean, the other option is that we live for another 40 years, which is actually entirely possible. If we live for 40 years, then we could easily get to pass Absolute Crown, assuming that there's not a tech needed, which there might be tech needed. I've actually not looked at tech in this one, right? Yeah, because tech should be all sorts of different, because it's different in the main game now. But, which one's Crown Authority usually under? Is it actually an earlier one? I thought it was limited, but it might be also be culturally limited. Oh, there you go. Royal Prerogative. So no, we can do Absolute. We just need to, yeah, we just need to wait 40 years. well, 20 years to get that one, 20 years to get that one. At that which point we can then designate our heir, which would be fine. Okay. So that kinda works. I can also ask Head of Faith for more money and create accolades and all sorts of things. But oh, wait a second. Let's wait a second. Let's just go 2 seconds here. There we go. We've returned back. I just want to make sure that all of the camp stuff was sorted before I save the game and turn it off. But thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time. Goodbye.